Hi everyone, Sandra Duran Wilson here, and welcome to this week's Mixed Media Soul Sparks. Every week I try to bring you some fresh inspiration, some studio tips and tricks, and ways that you can enliven and enhance your creativity. This week I have an idea for you, and it's something I've used over the years to take something for a test drive before committing. It's kind of like dating with color. You can try something out before you're going to commit to it. And here I have two different pieces. These were both created at the same time. This one is more stepped out than this one. And it was in a Zoom class that I did. And I want to show you how I might decide what might be a unifying color and different ways to look at glazing as a way to enhance values. So first of all, this is just a black and white piece that I had done. And in a previous Mixed Media Soul Sparks. And if I wanted to see what would it look like if I put this really bright color over it. This is plastic that has been painted. This one is a transparent yellow. It's like neon yellow. These kind of remind me of light filters like we used to use in theater, and you would slide those colors over your lights to create that color. Same idea, you're going to get it on your paintings. Now this plastic, you can see how much more subtle it is. But yet when I put it on top, you can see that color. And I'm taking these colors for a test drive on this painting. Now the plastic I'm using is from a heavy plastic bag. You could use a plastic drop cloth. You can use something less heavy than this. It doesn't really matter. It's just easier to handle this. But take a look at how this looks as I move it over different areas of the painting. Now over that orange, over the blue, the greens. You see how that purple pushes that green back? Let's take a look at it on this one. You see how it can enhance and deepen and enrich these colors if I were to do it over these blues. This is a really good way to begin to understand what I call optical mixing. It's like using these transparent layers to create a whole different type of color, but you're not mixing it wet in wet paint. So let me just show you how I get this paint onto here, because there's a couple of things. I'll just keep this on here. And you can just use a little portion of it, cut them up into pieces. And I'll use this one first. If you want to put this acrylic paint onto this plastic, and let's say you take your brush out and it's rather wet and you go to paint this on the plastic, you see how it just beads up like that. It doesn't want to stay on the plastic. So you could either keep brushing it like this until it begins to dry out, or you can mix it either with an acrylic glazing liquid. This one is gloss. You could get them in different sheens. I think the gloss gives you the truest color. The matte will tend to matte it a bit more and make it more diffused. So if you're looking to see what's this color really going to look like, I would use the gloss. The other thing you can use is just a polymer gloss medium. Either way, let's take a look here. Now I'm going to take it and paint it on here. I still had a lot of water in my brush. It's wanting to bead up, but I can just keep brushing it on there. Let's just try cleaning my brush off of the water and put a little more of the glazing liquid on here, because Sometimes I like it to be just a very small hint of color. So with the glazing medium, that medium is white when it's wet, but it's going to dry clear. So this is going to be much more transparent, kind of like what I have over here, than as I'm painting it on. Now, I can get an idea for it, for that color, but let's say I don't want it on that thick. I can just come back in and just wipe a lot of it off. And that's going to give you just a hint of that color. So one of my discoveries of the color that is like the unifying color, if you want to bring something really together, the quinacridone Nicolazo gold, or quinacridone gold, is probably the most unifying color. If you're working in more of a earth tone colors, like with ochres or siennas, then the equivalent of that would be a raw sienna, perhaps, or a transparent yellow ochre. And these colors by Golden are high flow, and they tend to be more transparent as well. So the idea that you want something transparent when you're doing glazing, and you just want to take it for a test drive on this plastic. I'm going to put some more of this glazing medium on, and I'm going to use a brush that is dry, and you can see that it doesn't bead up at all, but just that little tiny bit of color. Look at the intensity of that. So what if I just brought it over the whole thing, brought more of it down, and really started to dilute it. So it's not like you're wasting your paint, because it takes just such a tiny amount. And I'm even going to wipe some of it off. It's almost like a dye. It has like such a tinting strength to it, this Quin Gold. This is what I want to show you. If I take it over this piece that's been painted, and look at how it can unify that entire piece. I can continue to rub some of it back. And I do have that bit of magenta on there, so you can see what it looks like without it, with it. Turn your piece around. So you can evaluate how much you want to use, what color, and then when you've decided on that, you just come in with your brush and start to go directly onto your piece. So that is how to take it for a test drive before you're committing to what color you want to use. And you see what a small amount I'm putting in here. Now I'm actually blending those two together, and then I'm going to wipe a lot of it off. Because this piece is sealed, it's got a lot of paste and gels and stuff on it, so it's not really soaking in. If you were using paper or a very absorbent surface, you want to make sure that you mix the glazing medium or the gloss medium to where you'd be able to wipe it off easier. And if I wanted to take more of it off, I just spray some alcohol, and you can see how much I take it off, yet it stays in those little ridges and crevices. And that is what can give something a lot of depth. Even here, if I took some more of this and put it in like that, and then wipe it back, it's building up these glaze layers that really gives such a richness to the piece. So take it for a little test drive before you commit to it. Experiment with some different colors over the colors that are already there. See what a difference it makes over the blue. So plastic, either gloss medium, glazing medium, You want to work with the most transparent colors you can find, but if you're using more of an earth-based color, an ochre or something like that, just use more of the gloss medium and that will make it more transparent. So you see, you can stop, you just keep playing, it's kind of endless. I always have a good time doing this. And don't be afraid, because if you want to take some off, just spray it with the alcohol and then rub it off. So try taking your glaze for a test drive, and especially if you're going to be doing this on a large area of a painting, you know, having the plastic and really being sure before you start putting it over the entire piece is very helpful. So thanks for joining me this week, and let me know how you're doing, and I'll see you next week. Join the Creative Awakening community on Facebook, where you'll be able to post your art, connect with other creatives around the world, and ask questions. Use the hashtag #MixedMediaSoulSparks when posting your work on social media. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week.